Okay guys, so I'm sorry for the interruption in between. There I don't know why there is some technical issues happening every day and it needs to get fixed. So let's see, because that is not in my hand. So currently that same position is up 60 points, and now it needs to break above the high of that BC. That's what I'm looking at. Needs to break above that, and I have completely removed the risk. So if it can suddenly drop down, it will take me out with positive 10. Okay, the way it is staying inside this CB, that is not at all looking good to me. But that is the CB. That is the CB, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, and it is reacting from the midpoint of that, so it didn't broke that. Now we are looking for it to break above it and close higher above that high. So in 5 to 7 minutes we will gonna have the another macro, which is 1050 to 1120. That's 1050, and right there is the 1110. Where we are just ahead of that. Let's see if it has the potential to move higher and break above this CB side, that 1050 to 1110. Let's see, it needs to break above that high of that CB and close above that. Again, it is reacting from the midpoint of that gap. Let's check the 15-minute. To break above and close. So this is the new 15-minute candle. Let it break it. Excuse me. Yes, let it break it and close higher, and then inside this macro it should just boom 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 spool the prices higher. But anything can happen, and this is not a trade advice. Once again, look at that, it is trying to stay inside it, it is not breaking it. That is not good. This is what it looks like when it starts to consolidate, and it is currently enticing retailer to plan and execute new shorts. Those who are out from here, they are trying to again look at this and try to short, but look at that, how beautifully it tapped inside this inefficiency, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, and bumped up. So now it needs to close above that. Look at that, body stays inside it and didn't close, and currently it is trying to do, yeah, look at that, look at that move. It was enticing retailers to go short and it bumped higher. So we went 70 points approximately, I think. It is currently 65, but it went a little higher. Let's see now this gap. It has done its job on the downside. Now it needs to break above and close higher. And let's see. Yes, so finally we closed above that, and it should just come down, touch it, treat it at support, and then move higher. Just 1 minute to go to 10:50 and 11:10 macro to start, and this is what I don't like. On 3 minutes, bodies staying below the midpoint of that gap. So 11:50 to, sorry, 10:50 to 11:10 macro started, and let's see. And this is not what I like. It needs to break above that gap, that CB on the upside, and then eventually break this and rip higher. This is not what I like, that it broke higher, came down again, and now it is trying to react from the lower half. That is not what I want. Yes, let it break that previous swing high which is created right there, right there. Needs to break above that gap and also that high. So currently we broke that CB, and if this gap which is created by this candle, if it doesn't get completely filled, then that is a very good sign for us looking for higher prices. Let's see. And we are going to break that BC high right now. 70 points up from our entry, just a single lot trade, not trying to show you the fakeness of the influencers which on social media they try to do that 100,000 lots on MT5, and that is not how it is done. I took a single trade today and it is currently 70 points up. Let's see, but whether it is a positive outcome or a negative outcome, the more important thing is you have to get in sync with the marketplace. Okay, that is the most important thing. It is not about being right or being wrong. This gap should not completely fill in. Let it break that busy high, is right here, and this gap which is created, which is a busy, it should not completely fill in. Yes, it is trying to break the high of that busy, and on the 3-minute time frame, now after breaking this high it needs to immediately break that CB, which is right here. It needs to break it on the upside. Yes, so busy high is broken, and I'm anticipating it should aggressively break this gap on the upside. So finally we have broken that busy high. I'm just removing this because this point, this is to show you, but now it is little cluttering on my chart. I need my chart to be neat and clean. So yes, we reacted from the lower quadrant and we respected the upper quadrant once break above it, and now we have broken the high of that BC. Okay, we have broken it and let it close a bit. So let me just bring my positive stop loss little higher, which is right at the midpoint of that BC. So I am just increasing my profit, that is a positive stop out, because anything can happen. It can just dump for once, it can just spike down and move higher. So I don't want to get in loss now, because we have already done a good rally on the upside. And in trading, it's all about making money, guys. It is not about being right or wrong. It's all about making money. Now it should respect the high of that CB as it did the midpoint, the upper quadrant. 10-12 minutes more to go for this macro to complete. Let's see, that is our target objective we are looking for, is right above that high. And if we just mark out the opening range today, so that would be from this high to this low. That is minus 5 extension, and that is minus 1 extension. So we are targeting in between that. Once again, it is trying to entice retailers to go short, thinking that is the real resistance now. Let's see. Came down and touched the high of that BC. that is the 15 minute. That's how it looks like. Check 5. 5 minutes. Good. Yes, on 3 minutes there is this BC right above that. Sorry, CB right above that. So now it needs to break above that. Right there, that's the CB. Needs to, yes, break above it. That is the CB. I'm looking for it to, yes, break above it and close above it. And then can just touch the high of it and start to trip higher. 7 more minutes to go for this macro to complete. And for those guys, those who don't understand these terminologies, that what is a macro? Macro is nothing but it's just a short list of order which algorithm performs, okay, inside that 20-minute interval. That is the list of orders or instructions that is coded in the algorithm to do certain things inside that 20-minute interval. Okay, so yes, we have broken that high of that CB, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, from the 3 minute, and it needs to, yes, break above it, close higher. At that, so currently we are up 80 points from our entry. And I'm doing this every single day, guys, so this is not just I got lucky. I'm telling you why, how, when, and where it will move. So I know my shit. It took me a long time to reach where I am today. So, but still, you can never master the markets. You need to master yourself. So right now it is up, but again these are the sell side liquidity it is building, and it is little overstretched now because I was expecting like huge candles, but it is started to move higher, but like in a step way. That is good. But let's see, let's see. So I'm just raising this up to the 9:30 opening right there. So if it doesn't want to go to my objective, that is this right there, that is my target objective, I don't need it to go there. Still I will be making 30 points from this entry, sorry, 32.40 to be precise. But yes, I don't need my target to get hit. It can come down and stop me out with a positive stop out, and that is a very good thing. But looking at this, it is once again just enticing retailers to go short, but again it needs to break above that CB. Okay, 3 minutes for this macro to get close. Okay, it is trying to react from this. Yes, it broke that city and now it is trying to retrace. Look at that. Just mark this wick and let's see, it is trying to stay below the midpoint. Okay, check the 3 minute. Okay, so as we were looking at this, it broke it but didn't close above it. It is reacting from the midpoint of that. That is fine. It just went down to took these fresh buyers, those who are trying to chase that, and it is also enticing retailers to go short. But let's see. I have no issues if it will gonna take me out right there. But looking at this, like this should support the prices higher. Let's see. Look at that. I told you it can just roll down like that. Okay, so I am finally out from that trade. It went up to like 80 points, but we got a positive stop out right there. Look at that. That's why I was raising my stop loss higher. It didn't went up to my target, but that is still a profitable trade. That's just a shakeout. Okay, but I'm finally done for the day. Look at that, how it is just blasting off on the downside. So we are currently trading inside the first presented fair value gap, and that would be a good long entry. Looking at that, we are below the 930 opening price. Okay, it's just a shakeout. Those who are trying to go long right there, or the people like me, those who trailed their stop losses, it just came down, hit that, and look at that, how bodies are trying to close above that first presented fair value gap. So that is it for today. No issues, we got a positive stop out, that is a very good thing. But I think now I am not going to take any trades. Finally done. Wednesday PI and tomorrow is the PPI, so let's see what we can get tomorrow. And today we made, I just took that single trade, just show you the executions, and then we will finally end the stream. And still it is going to go higher, guys. This is possible, certainly possible. 22081. Okay, just went down to shake out the people and entice retailers that now this is the real resistance and they are trying to go short once again. But let's see, let's check the executions. Yeah, can only see just one trade, entered at 962.6, exited right there, just stop hunt. Okay, and it was just moving in a very step by step way, so that was very obvious. It was not moving on the basis like it is going to go reach into this. Okay, but on 3 minutes, look at that CB, I told you it needs to break above it. It did not. Okay, it did not. And it moved lower, but again this becomes the high probability trade that it might come up and take them out. But let's see, we are done for the day. That's the entry, that's the exit. That's a positive stop out. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and till next time, be safe.